Oh great, another Kaguya video essay. Aren't there enough of those? And yes, you'd be right. So what's the difference of this one, you may ask? I don't know, but who doesn't want more Kaguya content, am I right? I mean, look at her. She basically speaks for herself. What's one more essay in the sea of Kaguya content? I know I'm about to say something blasphemous, but I didn't like Kaguya when I first started watching it. However, there was this one arc that changed everything in how I perceived Kaguya. So for context, it was around 2022 when I got into Kaguya-sama Love is War, and I really got hooked into it after watching a couple of episodes. Season 3 was amazing. I still listen to my non-fiction, the special ED of Season 3, and some people may even say a bit too much. Yeah, but I digress. I also love the other songs of the anime such as Sentimental Crisis and the openings by Japan's king of love songs himself, Masayuki Suzuki. Dun 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 daddy daddy do da 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 da. Yeah, there's a reason why I didn't start a music channel. My friend was an avid fan of Kaguya, so I thought, why not see what it's about? I personally thought it was kinda slow at first, but by the 5th episode, I was hooked. It was then at some point in time, at a random day, I decided to make an essay on what I think makes Kaguya stand out from the rest of the rom-coms I've watched and read. Here you can see I have too much free time on my hands, and it's gotten worse because now I'm making a video on the same topic. What makes Kaguya-sama so good? It's the usage of time. Yup, that's all to it. Pack up your bags. And so Kaguya uses time differently on how other high school rom-coms would use it because of the depth that time adds to a story. So dear viewer, you may ask, what do I mean when it comes to using time to increase the depth? What makes time so essential? How can I get a girlfriend? Luckily for you, I can answer 2 of those questions. Yeah, I'm also lost with the last one as well, to be honest. This is the case for Kaguya, especially in episode 3 of season 2, when their term in the student council was coming to an end. For those who don't know, Kaguya is a show where an episode would mostly comprise of 3 parts, sometimes coherent, sometimes not so much. In the episode's first part, there were brief and subtle hints about the nearing end, which acts as a build-up throughout the episode. Then the second part, which is the actual part where they finish their time as student representatives. It was here when they started reminiscing of their previous activities and shenanigans during their time in the very room they would come to call their home at school. I love this scene as it shows the emotions and depth of the characters. Their callbacks to previous events show that these scenes have value and importance to the characters themselves. In a sense, it feels real. That's my biggest gripe with other shows, as there is little importance given to previous events. It feels almost like it never happened, and it's a shame because it can really add to character depth. Them reminiscing of previous events also showed the passage of time. It really puts into perspective how time can fly. It just seemed like a moment ago they were just elected into the student council, and now their time is almost done. It adds catharsis for the viewers during this part of the show because we also know what it feels like for something to end. For those who have graduated high school, there were probably a moment where we knew that high school was ending and that things won't probably be the same in a few months. The view I'm looking at now won't be the same tomorrow. Kaguya internalizes herself when she started to feel sad when she realized the end of her fun was near. In this part of the story, we see the building of tension as Kaguya races against time to spend more time with Shirogane. There's a sense of urgency in the actions of the characters, and by doing this, the audience could relate more as we all had those moments when we were trying to do something urgently. It's crazy to think about, but nothing is permanent, and Kaguya understood this the most. Time played an essential role in making the show more realistic because in real life, it does not take 200 chapters to fill up a year of high school. In fact, sometimes it flies too fast. It felt like it was only a month ago when the pandemic started. It's crazy honestly how fast time flies. In my opinion, this is how time could be utilized in rom-coms, especially to create a deep and emotional scene that the viewers can relate to. The increase of character depth, the realization that things will eventually come to an end, and lastly, the feeling of wanting something to never end. Kaguya was able to encapsulate this in one episode. I know it's rather inconsequential in the overall story of the plot, as it makes no sense to end the series there. However, it makes the show stand out from its contemporaries because, as goofy and funny the show is, it is still able to slow down and give us those heartfelt moments. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. Yeah, I've always wanted to say that. Anyways, I'll see you in another video.